Oh, I see you.
Anyway, today's tutorial is all about the traditional Satistar sweater. The little dots that you see here, they're called lice. So these are lusekofter or lice sweaters in Norwegian. Hi everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel. We are, as always, your hosts Arne and Carlos. Today we're all dressed up and have nowhere to go.
Nope.
But here we are anyway, dressed up in our best Satistar sweaters. Yeah, we did a series on Satistar last year, which was enjoyed by many people. And we had some wonderful guests, among others, the amazing Annemor Sundbø, who taught us the history of these beautiful traditional lice sweaters from Satistar. Yep. So if you haven't watched that movie, go back, or that film, go back to 2021 and check out our Satistar special, and you'll learn everything there is to know about the history of the traditional lice sweaters from Norway.
You see how they make the embroidery.
Yeah.
I'm so dressed up.
Yeah, I know. I feel very dressed up too, although mine is a little bit more simple and humble than yours. Anyway, today's tutorial is all about the traditional Satistar sweater. The little dots that you see here, they're called lice, and they have nothing to do with bugs. It's just a name for a stitch in Norwegian. Mm-hmm. It's called lice. So these are lusekofter or lice sweaters in Norwegian. And Annemor, when she was on, she taught us a very special technique on how to tighten them up. Because if you knit a traditional Norwegian sweater, the lice have to be the same size as the black.
Yeah,
so the white
close as possible.
As close as possible. And it is almost impossible to achieve that by just knitting. So there's a special technique.
Especially like what she showed us, which we will show you again now, is that especially when you pick both colors from the finger, one of the colors will be more loose, and normally the white one in that case. But well, actually, I never knit that way. Neither you do.
No.
So because when we knit lice, we pick the color like
the red one.
The red, in this case, the red one, because that's the one we have more of. No, this should not be. Maybe I just skip the pattern right now and unravel. I don't know. So we pick the red one, and then we place the white one on the needle and knit it. And this way it's so much easier to control.
Yeah, because all you need to do is pull the yarn a little bit
you pull
to
it
fix
a little
it.
bit so it looks like the other one. And then this one is loose in the hand, more or less. And then you grab it when you need it and you place it on the needle. So don't be too quick if you haven't done it before. Just take your time. It doesn't have to be ready at once. So just be careful.
Let me do it once as well.
So, but this way is so easy to control the tension. This is how we always knit.
Yeah. So basically, putting the color you're knitting the most, in this case the red, over your finger, and then, and then I am gonna pick with the red. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna grab my white. And I'm going to layer it. I'm going to knit it first. And then and then I'm just going to layer it there. And I'm just going to knit it. And I'm just going to adjust it so that the size
so they have
is
the same tension.
So that is the one way to knit traditional Norwegian lice.
So what Annemor showed us was what happens for a lot of people if they pick both colors from the finger. Because then, say you knit the 3 red, and then you also actually see I never do this,
so it's difficult.
And then you pick that one also from the finger, and that's when the tension starts to be off.
You can already see it there.
And I know a lot of people, they wrap yarn like around fingers. I don't know how to do that, so I suppose I never knit like this.
If you knit like that, I suppose you can stop and adjust it, but
I don't think people do that.
No, I don't think so either. That's the problem.
If people knit like that, sometimes they block the yarn like this and like this on the other side.
Yeah, that's also problematic.
And you never do anything to control it. So you end up with what they call dominant color. And that Annemor said this is how you fix it if you have
Yeah.
dominant color. She said what they now call dominant color.
She said that, and in Norway we don't aspire to that. We want to have all the stitches the same size, so we develop techniques like picking the color you use the most and throwing in the lice.
Yeah.
That's one technique, but there's a second one that we're going to show you. And Animo showed it, but it was a little bit difficult to see, and the place we were filming, it wasn't set up for that, so a lot of people weren't able to see it. But today is your lucky day because we're going to show you exactly what she did.
So see now, like this looks like a dominant color because the white one is very big. So what you do is, let me go back just to show you, it's quicker than knitting on the whole round. So what you do is to tighten up the white stitch. Say that you have knitted around like this now, and if the white is looser, when you come on the next round, when you knit the red, you go over like this. You can knit like the white one and then one more, and then you take the yarn and pick it up from the back, the white yarn, and you knit the white with the red.
Yeah.
So this way you lift the yarn from the white stitch to tighten it up. You see, in my case, the white got smaller
Yeah.
because I'm not good at picking. I can't pick and make
Both
it.
colors,
No,
yeah.
because when I pick both colors, I tend to pull the yarn like this to tighten it up because I feel that it loosens up too much and the tension is not good.
Yeah.
So that's why my stitch became smaller, because I was actually controlling the white even when I was picking both. But you can see I tried on this line, I tried to do the Andemor technique where I actually picked up the strand of the white
From the row below.
from the row below.
Put it on the needle
Put it on the needle,
and knit it together with
knit
another.
it together with the
Maybe you can show it again.
so this is the one, and then the strand, and then you tighten up the white and you knit it together like this, and that's how this was good. So this was too loose.
Yeah.
So that's how she avoid that. And
Yeah.
she also showed us some sweaters, all sweaters, where people were picking both colors from the finger, and the white was tightened up on every round.
Yeah.
She showed us the inside. So if you want to see more of that, you have to go to that video where we were in Andemor's place,
Yeah.
and she talked us through all the sweaters.
So if you're doing your knitting as always and you're going along and you're doing a Norwegian sweater and you see and you notice that the lice or the contrasting color, the stitches are larger, then this is a great way to pick them up, put them on the needle and knit them together with another stitch. And that way you just get the same
it.
tension.
Yeah.
We prefer to nip it at the bud, as you say.
Yeah.
And so we will pick the color we use the most because that'll be over the finger.
Yeah,
and then
I
we'll
can
throw in the
continue.
color we use the least. And we will actually always look at the row in advance and we will determine which color should be picked and which one we throw in.
Yeah.
Always throwing in the color we use the least and always making sure when we throw it in that it looks really good and that the tension is right.
You can, like, if you look on this pattern, like on this round, the red was on the finger and the white was thrown in. In the center, I guess the white was on the finger and the red was thrown in
Yeah.
most of the time. But normally we don't stick with it. Like if the yarn is too tangled, we can always do like this and knit from the ball that is tangled
Yeah.
to open it. But that's another. We can show that another time.
Yeah.
But this will be a Satisdal sweater in red and white for the felted Magnus.
And remember, we promised the people of Satistar that we would go back and take a class in embroidery so that he also can get a little embroidery around his collar.
You need embroidery.
You'll need an embroidery. Yep.
So that was the Andemor technique.
Yep. The Andemor technique. It was a pleasure having her here last year. I hope she'll come back sometime and do something else with us. She is a fountain of knowledge, quite an amazing historian. And people really did enjoy having her.
We have plans, so keep your eyes peeled.
We have a lot of plans. So
I think
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it. That's
I
pretty
have
much
to unravel
it.
this now because it's a mess.
Yeah. So while you unravel, I'll do some formalities.
Yeah.
If you like this episode, give it a big thumbs up and give us a comment. Shoot us a comment because that way we'll get good engagement, and we'll also read the comments and see if we can do anything better. That's always good as well. Improvement. Make sure to hit on that notification button if you're a subscriber so that you're always notified and never miss an episode. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you're not doing that already. It's a lot of fun. And we've got a mailing list, of course, that you need to get on if you want to find out all the shenanigans that we're up to. Thank you so much for watching. And now I'm going to be watching Arne unravel the sweater, which is actually quite unusual.
There's a lot of
So we're going to take it
unraveling
all in and see, how he does that. And we will see you again soon. Bye.